Welcome to Athens, Georgia, Sanford Stadium, home to the Georgia Bulldogs, where more than 90,000 have already started to bark loudly. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Auburn Tigers, taking on the fourth-ranked team of the land, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Georgia about to kick it off to get us underway. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Tigers offense takes the field to start this game off. This rivalry is intense, guys, but with all of the connections between the two, it's more like a family feud more so than a bitter war.
And for example, about the connections, Reese, how about Vince Dooley, longtime Georgia coach? He went to Auburn. How about great player Pat Dye, All-American at Georgia? Coaches at Auburn. The connections are real. The rivalry is real.
Takes the handoff. It's Hunter. Got room at the 35. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
Auburn lines up quickly. Touch pass on the run. Runs through the tackle. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. Guys, only Minnesota and Wisconsin have played more often than Auburn and Georgia. This rivalry is rich in tradition.
And you're right, Reese. This goes back to 1892. A long time. This game has been heated. You know a bunch of the names, a bunch of the storylines. And speaking of storylines, how about the mascot for Georgia? Literally trying to bite an Auburn wide receiver. That's how real this rivalry is.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. To the air, it's Thorne. Looking deep down the right side. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game?
Yeah, and I feel like momentum is always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
So the Georgia Bulldogs offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. When a guy gets off the ball as quickly as he does, you know he's going to be breathing down your neck, and you got to get rid of it, Jesse.
This quarterback's good, but he better have a clock going off in his head. He knows he's not going to have a lot of time to get rid of the football. That's a big matchup in this game.
Well, and that's what I love about this guy, because he affects the quarterback whether he gets to him or not. He knows he's there. He's that kind of good coming off the edge. Let's see how this QB performs under pressure.
Well, it's an electrifying run. You think about the tradition at the running back position for the Bulldogs. Herschel Walker into his Heisman Trophy. No Sean Marino. And how about this? Todd Gurley, Nick Chubb, and Sony Michel all there at the same time. I bet this guy could have gotten to that rotation, though, because he's got those types of skills.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He's looking to throw. The sure hands, it's Smith. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. The Bulldogs pulled one out of the fire and beat Auburn in a close one the last time these two met.
Yeah, it was a really good one in the Deep South oldest rattle. We've seen so many great games in this matchup, and that was one of them. But Georgia came away with it, and Auburn got to think about that for a whole year.
And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. This Georgia offense moving quickly down the field. Out of the gun, the inside give. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. They've really performed at an elite level in conference play, and that'll build your confidence as we continue through this SEC season.
This was a team that was really motivated in the offseason coming into this one, and they knew the challenge ahead of them, but they also know how talented they are.
He's going to fire deep. He caught it, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Dawgs!
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
All tied up and just about set to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Hauls it in. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Oh, man, did he turn that one loose and fired it into the teeth of the zone.
And you know as a quarterback, Reese, when you're throwing it to the perimeter of the field on these curl routes, you've got to have some heat. You've got to have arm talent to get that ball out quickly into the hands of your receiver before all those defenders can get to it. Man, this QB's got a game.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Knocked down at the 47. It's a 5-yard gain and enough to move the chains. There's a rich tradition of running the football at Auburn, from James Brooks, Joe Cribbs, Bo Jackson, Cadillac Williams, Ronnie Brown. They love to find a tough running back to feed the rock.
Such great history, such great lineage of ground and pound and great athletes, and it's just a physical mindset of Auburn, and they're always that team that wants to run the football.
He lets one fly deep. Makes the catch. They will score. Touchdown, Auburn. That was just as simple as playing catch in warm-ups.
And this offense felt like they could take advantage of this defense down the field throwing the football. They've got a lot of speed on the perimeter, and I feel like they've got some matchups they feel they should be winning one-on-one. You saw a great example of it right there.
He'll bring it out. It's Smith. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
They gave themselves room to operate with that first play. Now first down from the 37. The give. At midfield, he's got room. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down the field, and it's a play like that we just saw, which can help them get that going.
Quarterback will audible. Back to throw. It's back. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
Just got to finish the play for the wide receiver. You got to look that one in and complete it. It's a bad drop.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Got it in the middle, it's Etienne. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. They'd hoped to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a 4th and short.
Really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation in the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle, force the 4th down.
This is the absolute right call. They're going for it on 4th down. Fast motion from the offense. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Snares it outside. It's Bell. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the 1st down. And the Bulldogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll try the run. Tough run in this part of the field. He's got 4 down to the 23.
Nice run there on 1st down. You know this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Makes the grab. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Get set, get set.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And a short gain on this run, and that'll bring us to the end of the 1st. We're through 1, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Motion from the offense. Pulls and throws off the RPO. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down. Love the way he didn't just run to a spot. He found the cushion in the zone and got himself open for the 1st down.
Yeah, and you're taught to find that space. Don't run right into his...
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Georgia! There have been miniseries, novels, movies, long-form plays that have been over in shorter period of time than that drive. That was a marathon.
And that's just so frustrating when you're a defensive guy time and time again trying to get the stops, and they just keep making the plays, and they punch it in for a touchdown. Demoralizing.
Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
They'll get the 1st down. It's spotted on the 49.
And you can see why it's so tricky for a defense to have to stop these draw plays. Everything the offense is doing is telling you pass. The quarterback, the offensive line, the running backs delaying. You've taken your deep drop in coverage, and now you've got to rally and find the football and do it trying to avoid these big 300-pound bodies running at you full speed. Not an enviable task.
Just had a solid pickup on 1st. Now let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Thorne. Quickly complete. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
At the pace this guy's going at right now, this could be a record-setting type day. This could be a game for the ages for this dude. He already has 2 touchdowns, picks up that 1st down. This is still the 1st half, guys. What is this guy capable of doing to the rest of the game? We're going to find out.
Sometimes your tight end's a safety valve, and sometimes he's your go-to receiver.
And the offense knew right away it was the primary target. It was where he was going with the football because you know you get a little bit of suck up from those linebackers with the play action, and you feed the big fella.
Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a 1st down.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost. The Tigers have it with a 1st and goal. Barges ahead. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit near the line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
So loud it's rattling your fillings on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Man, really nice job attacking the middle of the field. You see those safeties, man.
Wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Maryland is in trouble right now, and unless something changes, this is the and crush morale. They're trailing by 28 to Texas. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And he could not get loose on the run.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Back to throw, it's back. And he's got his man on the sideline. He'll come up a little short of the 1st down.
And on that outbreaking route, really it's designed for the receiver to make the catch before falling out of bounds. Nice timing and anticipation by the quarterback on that throw.
Shotgun snap on 3rd down. Caught on the outside, it's Lovett. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a 1st down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the 1st.
Looking to move it through the air. Just masterful. Sideline and getting the toe down for the catch. Georgia going back to work with another first down. He's going to pass. Going to take a shot at this DB. Pulls it in inside the 10. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Every time we speak to defenses before they play this guy, they all know he's going to get the ball thrown his way. They always come up with creative and exotic ways to try to cover him in the back end, but they're never able to get it done. This guy just beats coverage time and time again. With that last catch, that's now his 15th receiving score of the season.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
When you think about when you hit those guys on the move, man, he's already flying so fast, and I got to adjust my angle as a DB and make sure I keep outside contained, and it's a really easy play to run to get positive yards, especially in a situation like that where you're looking for the first down. You run that play, you get it. Nice, easy breezy.
2nd and 10 here. To the air. It's Thorne. He finds his man. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. They'll throw on 3rd and short. The quick out. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
He threw that one with some serious heat. This senior quarterback doesn't need a lot of space to get it in there. Here comes Auburn to the line on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Getting some heat. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
Down to the 16-yard line. It's 1st and 10. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. And it's caught! Touchdown, Tigers! He has been unstoppable. The ultimate dual threat, positively Cam-tastic.
Yeah, and that dude was just so incredible to watch, and that's what he's putting on display. He's looking like that. Just whatever he wants to do, it's working, and this Auburn offense is cooking.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Looking downfield, it's back. Gonna let it fly. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Quarterback checking off. On 3rd down, going up top. He's not afraid to go deep. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Dawgs!
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The defense in a most benevolent move, giving the offense a new set of downs. Grabbed behind the line. It's Coleman. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Thorne. They're trying to get to him. Makes the grab. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Comes out throwing on 1st down. And that pass picked off. Bringing it back. He's at the 40, the 20, 10. Touchdown, Georgia. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, brother.
And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick 6, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Looking at a 2nd and short now. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Caught over the middle. It's Hunter. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Wants to throw on 1st down. Didn't have much of a choice there but to get rid of it. Let's see if they go back to the air on 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Thorne. And that's just a flat misfire, not even close to his receiver. Just enough time for one final play in this half. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Coming after it. Can't find a receiver, and down goes the quarterback. A sack to punctuate this first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Men, all the tradition and bad blood between these programs, it's all kind of come to a boil today in a spirited first half in this battle between the Tigers and Dawgs.
Coming out with it, it's Smith. He gets it across the 25 to the 27 after bringing it out of the end zone. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football with him.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Handoff from the gun. He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Auburn. This time it's the defense finding ways to put points on the board.
There is nothing better than being a defender, seeing that ball in the end zone, your eyes get big as saucers, go, jump on that puppy, secure it, get you a touchdown.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. Fielded in the end zone, it's Smith. Stopped at the 29, but found a little running room after coming out of the end zone. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do have it, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Wide out in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Dropping back, it's Beck. Fires to the middle. And they can't complete the bullet pass on 3rd down. Georgia sends out the punt team. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. First play of this drive comes from the 27. Grabbed over the middle. It's Fairweather. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Lambert-Smith. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. This dude is putting up numbers. He just cracked the 150 mark in receiving yards.
Man, he's a weapon, Reese. He runs routes. He's fast. He's great with the football in his hands, and he can line up in a lot of different spots and run the entire route tree. I mean, what can't this guy do?
On the screen. Tackle is made at the 43. That's a first down for the offense.
Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another first down. Looking to throw it again. Pressure coming. And the defense gets to the quarterback. This pressure from the defensive front is overwhelming, much like when three-time All-American David Pollock played on the Georgia defensive front. Whatever happened to that guy?
A washed-up old guy. I've heard of bad things about that guy. But no, when you look at these defenses Georgia's had, these dominant defenses, man, it's just big, physical guys up front. You think about the Jordan Davises and the Trayvon Walkers of the recent past, just guys that dominate a football game. You have to know where they're at on every snap.
He finally goes out of bounds after the explosive play, but now the question is, did the official see something to bring it back? The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Offense gets set for second down. The hand to the running back. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. He's looking downfield to throw. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack.
Great job by the pass rush up front. Third and long situation. They're anticipating pass, and they know the quarterback's going to have to hold on to the football. Nice job pinning their ears back and getting home.
Auburn sends out the punting unit. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Gets his first one of the day off. He was called on 4 times in last week's win. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective.
And it slipped out. And he coughed it up, and good thing he got it back himself.
Man, and this is why you practice 5 points.
And it looks as if they buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. On the run, it's Etienne. They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28. Georgia comes quickly to the line. They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
Yeah, and no nonsense. I like it when you get downhill. You know exactly where the sticks are. I'm not trying to get a 20 or 30-yard gain. I got to get that first down. 3rd and 2, I'm going to be physical. Nice job by that running back.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. 2nd down coming. Man, what a finish we could have. Tie game, 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
What a great play by one of their biggest playmakers in the D-line. I can say this personally. I got my first start in college at Jordan-Hare Stadium. It was brutal. I think about it, and I get PTSD to this day.
Going to take a shot. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. Georgia lining up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. Slips through the line. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
The play action fake. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
I don't blame the quarterback for taking that shot either, man. He's cooked up with this guy twice today for scores. Give him another try. They just couldn't get on the same page on that.
Back to pass, it's Thorne. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Touchdown, Tigers! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. That's already his second touchdown of the game.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Oklahoma State is just boat racing them right now, thanks to an offense that's putting up video game numbers. They're up by 22 over West Virginia. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Good vision and determination. Find his way up to the 23. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. They'll try the right side. Tackled at the 28, it's a pickup of 5. Looking for a productive play on first down. Using his legs, it's Etienne. And he was able to pick up a few yards on the ground, and the clock has run out here in the 3rd. That's the end of the quarter, and Auburn has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. 2nd down here as they go back to work after the break. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. To the air, it's Beck. And the quick shuffle pass. And that is good versatility there, and a big hit from the backer in pass coverage. Georgia going up tempo. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Quickly complete. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play. The Dogs are marching down the field. To the air on 1st down. Grabbed in the middle. It's dealt.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
They want to just keep throwing it. Fires to the big fella. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
This quarterback has been really good today. Has been on top of it, seeing things really, really well. That pass right there put him over the 300-yard mark. That's a pretty good day.
He wants to throw. Lets it fly. And the DB right with him to knock it away. It's great for this quarterback to take shots down the field, but you just don't want it to feel like a give-up or a chuck-it-up and hope kind of play.
And I think understanding the situation, now I'm on defense, right? If they're going to take shots down the field, maybe I'm a little bit more aggressive with my blitz, understanding that everything's going to take a little bit more time to develop if they're going to take those deep shots.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion? Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Scanning the field, it's Beck. Trying to get to him. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Pulls it in. It's Lovett. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
And we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. Makes the grab, and he will score. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
And it's not an accident. They're featuring this guy. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. That's your job as a coach. Find my playmakers, get them the ball so they can do damage and have games like this right here.
Here comes the kickoff as we are all tied up in the 4th quarter. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Line gets set, 1st down. Looking to move it through the air. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Got it behind the line. It's Lambert Smith. And that's a live ball behind the line. Bounced right back to them.
That ball carrier is very lucky. That easily could have ended up in the hands of the defense. You have got to do a better job with ball security.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm.
Not a ton of play calls for 3rd in California when you're on offense. You know you're going to have your quarterback holding on to the football. You really got to think about how you're going to protect him. Offensive coordinator may want to think about using more max protect schemes, get more bodies in to give this quarterback a chance.
Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He gets a block. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
They'll run it. And the Dawgs will keep this drive going.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Wide receiver shows motion. Quarterback checking the play. Looking for a man. It's back. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They've done a really good job creating the matchups they want out of the slot.
Yeah, dude, get that guy matched up on a linebacker. That guy matched up on a safety. Keep him away from the corners by putting him in the slot. Get him the football. Let him make plays.
From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on third down. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
Well, on third and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on fourth down.
On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Tie game here with just a few minutes to go. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Makes the tackle at the 46, but it's a 15-yard gain to get them into plus territory.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed you.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. The clock stops. 2 minutes left to play in this one. The offense sets up shop at the 46 on first down. He's going to pass. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds. Line getting set on second down. Looking to throw, it's Thorne. Quick completion on the out. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. And the Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll leave it with him. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They'll go to the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And there was no space, nowhere to go. That play went absolutely nowhere.
Sometimes you just need a dude to show up and make a play, and he did.
Sometimes you just need to block that dude, and they didn't.
And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
And these are the big decisions you have to make in a football game. How confident are you in your defense? That's all this decision comes down to. If I kick a field goal and I trust my defense, that's...
Oh, they block it. And they scoop it up. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on fourth down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. To throw, it's back. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Bunch formation for these receivers. They move the tight end all over. He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a 3rd and long. This one from the 44. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Georgia sends out the punt team. And they'll just down it right there.
And the punter pulling out his pitching wedge on that. Look at the spin on this ball. It just died as soon as it hit the ground. Beautiful job.
Here's the handoff. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9. They've got them penned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. They'll run it from the gun. Looks as if he'll get it up to about the 14-yard line. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. He leaves it with the back. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. 4 quarters, not enough to settle this one. We're headed to overtime.
And these teams have played so well, back and forth, evenly contested game. How about a little free football, Jesse?
Yeah, I love this, David. Free football and finding out which of these two teams is the most mature. Who can settle down now with the game on the line and make the big play.
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possessions starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, just to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just 2 possessions, Palmer. Like, you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the 3rd overtime possession, it goes to alternating 2-point plays, back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
So here comes our first play of overtime. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
Touchdown, Dawgs! They strike first in overtime. This dude is just slicing and dicing this defense into little tiny pieces.
Carving him up, completely comfortable, knows exactly what he's getting, had so much success today. You got to find a way to make these quarterbacks feel more uncomfortable.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. Now on first down, they need to answer with a touchdown. Going up top on first down. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
And that is a major reason why this team is losing the football game. They can't protect the quarterback. They can't generate big plays in the passing game because up front, They're getting beaten time and time again.
And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Good awareness by the defense. In this situation on the field, you know there's coordinators that like to try to take shots deep down the field and catch you napping. The defense was ready for that one.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. 4th and long, and they have to pick it up to keep their chances alive. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. He hurls one deep down the left side. Oh, and this one's picked off. A huge overtime turnover. And that will put a stamp on it. A game-deciding play as they seal it with a pick. What a thriller. What a confidence builder to be able to come up with a win like that in overtime.
This team has to love their ability to come up with big plays and big moments. How about in overtime, the individual efforts we saw, this team playing as a unit, doing enough and doing everything that was needed to get the W.
It's such an exciting game, up and down, back and forth. It's heartbreaking if you lose, but when you come through with these games late in the ball game, it gives you confidence throughout the season to continue to build on it. What a great win.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.